Time to review various issues regarding regulating wind energy conversion systems in the property, in the community. So I think it's spelled out in what we adopted today and what the task is. Very clearly.
Norris, my question is, how long do you want us to go about doing it? So you have a 6-month moratorium, but it doesn't take us 6 months to identify impacts. We've already done that.
I guess my comment would be this: the committee does not have to take the full 6 months, but the committee needs to analyze from the list of problems that they foresee and go through. Some will be able to be tossed out due to other over-regulating agencies. There'll probably, I would assume, there'll be more added. And hopefully, before the 6 months is up, we'll have, the committee will be able to bring to us as a board a recommendation of ordinance, with an ordinance containing the regulations and rules that we wish to have enacted.
Well, one thing I like to say, let's use a little example of something that just happened here in the center. We have a county drain that runs through a field out here and runs on up to some property right up here at the corner. And that drain had to be rerouted to allow the person to put a leach field in. And the county engineered that project, and the individual paid for rerouting. Well, after it was rerouted, we had an issue with water running up and creating an issue for some neighboring residents. That time we had them bring down a camera to check the drain to make certain it was clear, and it was. They looked it over and said, well, we can do this and that. So we walk away from it, not thinking anything about it, that, you know, the drain commission, they came down, they designed this, and it's failed, they'll fix it. Now the township gets a bill. Everybody that's on that drain district is going to get assessed. These are some of the impacts that I think that when you look at this, we need to talk to Mr. Mays, our drain commissioner, so that when these things go out here and they have to cut through a drainage ditch, because that's all part of our drain system, and there'll be permits issued and they'll have to do things to their specifications, but when it's all over said and done and they're gone 6 months later, maybe one of those banks caves in, guess what? Probably everybody on that drain district is going to pay to get it fixed. These are the impacts, these are the things that take time to look into. Give you another example, maybe Lifeline. We may need to take and contact them to see if they're going to be able to land in here, or are we going to have a designated area for them to land. Another thing is crop dusting. All of us have been able to take and have that done by an airplane if we so choose. There may be an issue there. I think Channel 40 has come to play on this thing. There's a lot of issues out there that take a lot of time to take and explore and do it right. If we want to do it right, we've got one chance at that. That's before this project starts, so every side of this party on this can be done right. We're not sitting here telling you it can't happen. We're just saying we've got one shot at making it right.
Most of those, a lot of the questions we proposed in our first list are handled by county regs, drain commission issues, drain commission rules, and state regs. So a lot of those questions can be handled through those people that we as a committee really have no business trying to answer because they're already in place. So I would say that information's there, and the board can take full advantage of those things in that list that we gave you already.
Jim Stutzman, I'm a Township resident. I heard Richard state what the committee was supposed to respond to the board as, but that's not my understanding of what the committee was designed for, to draft and present and compile an ordinance or a guideline to be presented to you. I thought that they were only to identify pros, cons, and it was going to be submitted to you, and then you as a board were going to decide the proper procedures beyond that. I did not feel the committee was empowered to present to you a draft ordinance. That's my understanding of the And I did not see that in the special meeting minutes that gave them that broad of authority.
They have gone beyond my expectations of being able to do that. I never dreamt we would have people on the committee with the ability to provide us that kind of information. And I guess, having said that, it was presented, this moratorium ordinance was presented to us, but we did not enact what they presented. We gave that to the attorney. He reviewed it. He's given us his recommendation and reworked it. And I guess I look at it that by the committee doing that, they've saved the township quite a bit of money because the attorney didn't have to spend the time drafting it. And $200 an hour, that amounts to quite a bit, I believe, over a 6-month period.